Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I used to be a major alcoholic. I used to drink so much and do stupid things. And I would wake up the next morning. And when I would wake up the next morning, I would feel some type of way because I disrespected somebody. I said something that I shouldn't have said. I was acting a fool. I was being disobedient to God. I spent all my money that I shouldn't have spent, that should have went to rent or should have went to my kids or should have helped my kid's mother out. No, slept with a woman that I shouldn't have slept with, or I did things with her that I shouldn't have done, and I would feel guilty, right? And the next morning I would feel dirty. I would feel like and people out there know what I'm talking about because almost everybody's ever felt that way if they did something wrong the night before. They would wake up and feel dirty. People that understand that know what I mean, right? So when I would feel that way, you know what I would do? I would run to the closest liquor store and I would get some alcohol, whether it was stealing it, whether it was standing in front of the liquor store begging for money, or whether it was me having a little bit of money in my pocket from the night before after blowing most of it and then buying a 40, a bottle of liquor, or whatever I could afford just to cover up what I felt. You see, in Proverbs 28:13, it says, whosoever covereth their sin shall not prosper, but whosoever confesses and forsakes them shall have mercy. I want to tell you guys something, and I mean this. If there's things in your life that you're covering and you're hiding and you ain't being honest with yourself, I want to say this. God knows everything to begin with. But if you're hiding anything, how can God move in your life? If you're feeling like you're stuck and you're feeling like you can't overcome things, or why you're still in the same situation, or why is this happening, why don't you go to the Lord? Truly go to him. Why don't you look at yourself and be honest with yourself and be like, okay, what is it that I'm doing that I'm covering up that the God can't prosper me in this life? He wants to prosper you. He wants you to have a good life. He wants you to be a child of God. He wants you to be a light on that hill. He wants you to have peace and joy and love in your heart. Now, I'm not going to say that you're not going to go through trials and tribulations, because we, each and every one of us are. Each and every person is going to that believes in Jesus Christ. We are all going to go through things in this life. Whether we believe in him or we don't, we all go through things, all right? But God wants to put joy in your life. He wants to prosper you. He wants to open up those doors that you want open, whether it's a job, whether it's a new car, whether it's a house, whether it's just, helping others out, whatever it is, God wants to open those doors for you. But if you're wondering why these doors ain't opening, maybe there's sin that you're covering. Maybe you're lying to yourself. You see? Maybe you were doing what I was doing and you were covering your sin. Because that's what I would do every time I would run back to the liquor store to get that bottle of liquor. I was lying to myself.